Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. Today's video is going to be about the ROBOCOPP Personal Protection Grenade. And the folks at ROBOCOPP are kind enough to send me this so I can show it to you. So I saw this, and I got to tell you, originally, I think the original design intent for this is as a rape deterrent or sexual assault deterrent for women, mostly. And what is similar to the concept of a rape whistle. Basically, it's just a very loud alarm that would possibly scare off an attacker, or at least alert people there's something going on. It's very simple to use, and we'll show you that in just a minute. But when I saw it, my brain goes elsewhere, obviously, of course, and I thought, well, you know, I'm a scoutmaster, so I believe one of the things you should always have with you is a whistle, and whistles are really, really good. I think this is another alternative to a whistle, or maybe in addition to a whistle, that would be very similar and serve a similar function. I can think of several similar functions for this thing actually in the outdoors. We're going to talk about some of those next. First, let me tell you a little bit about this, and then I'll show you some of my maybe out-of-the-box thinking on some other possible ways to use this. Okay, once again, this is the ROBOCOPP Personal Alarm Grenade. The dimensions on this thing are 2.79 inches by 1.22 inches by about a ½ inch thick. Weighs less than 1 ounce. So that's some of the specs about this thing. Basically, it's not complicated at all. It comes with a little lanyard on it. You can carry this on your wrist. You can put it on a, you know, to tie it to yourself, to loop it over your belts or whatever. And you just basically, all you do is you pull it apart, you pull the pin on the grenade, and watch your ears. Put it back in, it stops. I like that. That means it's reusable. 120 decibels. You can carry this thing anywhere. It's legal to take on an airplane. It's legal to take in federal buildings. So somewhere maybe you can't take a more effective means of protection, we'll call it that, you can definitely take this. And so from a personal alarm standpoint, it works great. I can think of, you know, on an urban setting, you know, you tie this to your door in your hotel, it's going to be a good alarm. It's got this little button here. What I noticed is if you take a really thin piece of cord, and I'll show you that in a minute, you can actually loop around that and attach it to that. So you can attach it 2 different directions, and you can pull it out. And you can get it back in too sometimes. So what that does, that gives you, I think, some options on some different ways to use this. So first of all, from an outdoor standpoint, this is something you can loop on your pack. It doesn't come off, it doesn't just fall off there, so you got to give it a little tug. But you loop it on your pack or whatever, hang it up here. And say you fall down or whatever, maybe you don't have enough breath to use your whistle, or maybe you know, you can just, if you pull this thing out, it's going to emit a noise, and it's going to emit a loud noise. 120 decibels is loud. So if you're in a situation where maybe you need to be rescued, you need to be found, it's another good alternative to a whistle. And you know, you could always just do the old, let's try this. Just do that in 3s, and definitely that'll be heard. 120 decibels really carries. So that's one use for it, okay? And according to ROBOCOPP's website, you can use it to repel wild animals or stray dogs. It works extremely well against bears and mountain lions, and it's field tested at 250 meters. So I have to tell you, when I heard that and read that, I immediately thought of the show that was on recently, Alone, on the History Channel, and the issues they had with bears and wolves and cougars and stuff. And I wondered if maybe they'd had one of these, you know, who knows, maybe it would have helped some of the guys. But they couldn't carry a firearm. So not only, you know, repelling wild animals, repelling humans, repelling signaling, but also as a means maybe of, you know, you could put up a perimeter alarm around your campsite, whether you're trying to be alerted to humans or animals intruding. You know, you set this thing up around a campsite that maybe a bear or whatever might bump into it, and maybe give you a little notice to get up and wake up and not wind up, you know, being eaten in your sleep, so to speak. So really great. So what I thought we'd do is, obviously you've seen that it works. Show you my little version of a perimeter alarm and see how well that works. Okay, so I've got the pull pin tied to a piece of cord. You can't see it, but it's tied to a piece of cord over here, I promise, with a bowline. And then got a really thin piece of bank line, and I've noticed you can pretty much loop it around this little button here, and I got it tied with a little small noose. And then we're just going to put a little tension on this thing. Now, so it'll take a pretty good bit of tension. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you got the right amount of tension where it's almost ready to pull out, but not quite. So let me get that going. So we'll put it about like that. We'll just get a pretty good bit of tension on it. And then we'll tighten this, we'll tie this thing off up here. Okay, so worked pretty well in spite of the fumbling. Again, not the design intent for this thing, I'm sure, but I saw it and I thought, well, you know what? Not only is this a great personal alarm device, which is a good thing to have, but I think it's got some other possibilities. And so, as you saw, in my opinion, in a survival situation, this would be a really, really handy thing to have. It doesn't take up hardly any room. It's less than an ounce. If you're trying to, you know, signal search and rescue or something, if you're in a bad situation, 120 decibels really carries a long way. You know, maybe repel a wild animal, use it for a perimeter alarm. Just again, you saw a lot of different uses. Something really impressed me. First of all, this is homegrown in Oakland, California. It has a 5-year warranty. And I just want to read you something else it says on the website that really impressed me. If unsatisfied for any reason, we will provide a 100% refund, no questions asked. Folks, in Georgia vernacular, it don't get no better than that. The ROBOCOPP Grenade. And also, in addition to sending me this so I can show it to you, the folks at ROBOCOPP are offering a $5 discount on this thing. You go to their website, I'll put a link below. Use the coupon code THANKYOUBRY, B-R-Y. That's part of my name. So, and I'll put that below too. So if you go to their website and use that coupon code, you'll save $5, which is $5, right? So I'll be honest with you, I saw this and I thought, you know what? I want to really check that out. I think that has potential. And I got to tell you the truth, I'm not disappointed. I think this is something that I would highly recommend. Again, you know, it's got replaceable batteries, so that's good. It's a 5-year warranty. And it's one of those situations where I hope you never need it, but if you do, you got it. So that is the ROBOCOPP Grenade from the folks at ROBOCOPP. I hope this has been helpful. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing it with your friends, for watching those ads, and for supporting the channel in all the ways you do. I sincerely appreciate it. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. Just waiting for the garbage truck to get finished and get it where it's almost ready to pull out. Pretty good bit of tension on it. Let's see. Too much, too much.